In an era defined by rapidly advancing military technology, one might not expect a decades-old fighter-bomber to appear in frontline duties. Yet, in mid-2025, the Chinese JH-7A, a twin-seat, twin-engine aircraft first introduced in the 1990s, was observed closely shadowing a Japanese YS-11B electronic reconnaissance aircraft over the East China Sea. This encounter, confirmed by images released by Japan, has drawn international attention, not only for the incident itself but for what it signals about the evolving dynamics in the region. According to the official Japanese account, the Chinese aircraft maintained close proximity to the YS-11B for 2 consecutive days. The JH-7A appeared to be carrying live PL-5C short-range air-to-air missiles and was equipped with multiple external fuel tanks, suggesting a mission requiring extended range and persistence. Despite the JH-7A's age, its presence was assertive, maintaining altitude with the Japanese turboprop aircraft and reportedly tracking it at close range. What makes this incident particularly intriguing is not just the interception itself, but the aircraft involved. China's Air Force today operates a range of advanced platforms, including the J-20 stealth fighter and the J-16 multi-role strike aircraft. Given these more capable options, the decision to deploy the JH-7A raises questions about the mission's goals, the aircraft's remaining operational value, and China's broader strategic posture. The use of the JH-7A in this mission appears to have been a deliberate and calculated decision. In military aviation, asset selection is rarely random. Each intercept mission, especially over sensitive regions like the East China Sea, is typically assigned to an aircraft whose performance and capabilities align with the anticipated threat and mission objectives. The Japanese YS-11B, a converted civilian turboprop from the 1960s, does not pose a high-performance challenge in terms of speed or altitude. As such, deploying a high-end stealth fighter like the J-20 might be considered excessive. Moreover, using a stealth aircraft in such a context could risk revealing sensitive signatures or capabilities unnecessarily. The JH-7A, by contrast, offers sufficient speed, range, and weapons carriage to shadow slow-moving reconnaissance aircraft without escalating tensions unnecessarily. Its deployment can be interpreted as a calibrated response, firm enough to assert presence but restrained enough to avoid unnecessary provocation. Originally designed as a maritime strike fighter, the JH-7A was developed to serve both the Chinese Air Force, PLAAF, and Navy, PLANAF. It was envisioned as a platform capable of delivering air-to-surface munitions with precision, while also retaining a limited air-to-air self-defense capability. The aircraft features a modernized glass cockpit, a data bus fire control system, based on the 1553B standard, and compatibility with various guided munitions. Though it never matched Western strike fighters like the F-15E or Eurofighter Typhoon in performance, it fulfilled an important gap in China's air power structure during its service peak in the early 2000s. Around 2010, the JH-7A made up a significant portion of China's tactical strike fleet, particularly for roles requiring anti-ship and ground attack capabilities. It was one of the 3 most recognized platforms in Chinese military aviation at the time, alongside earlier generation fighters and, eventually, the J-10. However, as China's aerospace industry matured and more advanced aircraft entered service, the JH-7's frontline status began to diminish. With the introduction of the J-16, offering longer range, more payload, and better avionics, the writing was on the wall for the aging bomber. Despite the arrival of more modern platforms, the JH-7A remains in limited operational use. This longevity is due in part to China's pragmatic approach to defense modernization, phasing out legacy platforms incrementally rather than all at once. From a logistical standpoint, the aircraft is still viable for missions that do not require stealth or top-tier performance. For example, routine patrols, training exercises, and low-threat intercept missions like the recent encounter with the YS-11B are well within the JH-7's capabilities. Moreover, deploying an older aircraft against an equally dated Japanese reconnaissance platform reflects a kind of strategic symmetry. The YS-11B itself is based on an airframe dating back to Japan's early post-war aviation industry, and has suffered numerous mechanical failures over the decades. Using the JH-7A may therefore be as much a symbolic choice as a tactical one. Another possible reason for choosing the JH-7A lies in international public perception. Interceptions over contested waters like the East China Sea often receive intense scrutiny. Deploying a more advanced aircraft could risk unintended escalation or media controversy, especially if the foreign aircraft were to suffer a malfunction during the encounter. In contrast, using a dated platform like the JH-7A may project firmness while minimizing the perception of aggression. From a psychological perspective, the message could be, "We see you, we are ready, but we are not escalating." This nuanced signaling plays an increasingly important role in modern military diplomacy. While the JH-7A remains marginally relevant, its future appears limited. There are no publicly known upgrade plans for the platform, and most experts expect a complete retirement within the next decade. Its eventual replacement is likely to be a next-generation stealth strike aircraft. One potential candidate is the speculated J-36, a project rumored to blend high payload capacity with stealth design, something the JH-7A lacks. This new aircraft could represent the continuation of China's air-to-ground strike capability in an era where survivability and stealth are paramount. In contrast to the JH-7A, the J-36 or equivalent sixth-generation fighter bomber would be equipped to operate in contested airspace, delivering precision-guided munitions while avoiding detection. Until such aircraft are fully operational, legacy platforms like the JH-7A serve as a bridge, maintaining patrol presence while the next generation matures. China's use of the JH-7A in this recent intercept underscores a broader principle. Not every mission requires the best available technology. Sometimes, legacy platforms can serve a unique function, projecting power, managing risk, and delivering strategic messages. As military aviation technology continues to evolve, the story of the JH-7A offers a case study in lifecycle management, operational pragmatism, and the complexities of regional security dynamics. It also reflects a transitional phase in China's air power doctrine, where old and new coexist to ensure comprehensive coverage across all potential conflict zones. For now, the JH-7A remains airborne, not as a symbol of cutting-edge capability, but as a reminder that even older aircraft can have roles to play in modern strategy. Whether it was nostalgia, necessity, or strategic nuance that led to its recent deployment, one thing is clear: the legacy of the JH-7A is not quite over. And in doing so, it buys time for its successors to be perfected, quietly ensuring China's next-generation strike force will arrive more capable than ever.